Yes, winning is our aim. Finally, we have won a game. Finally, Chelsea have won a game in December. The feeling is good. The feeling absolutely good. Because we have gone 4 games without a win. And finally, we've gotten a win. How beautiful it feels for Chelsea to come out 2-0 victory over Everton in a very tight encounter as this. Going into this particular game, nobody actually gave Chelsea a chance. Even some Chelsea fans actually didn't give Chelsea that chance that we were going to defeat Everton. Looking at Everton's recent form. But then, Chelsea got the job done in Stanford Bridge. Chelsea defeated Everton by 2-0. 3 points and a clean sheet was just enough to see David Moyes' Everton off. Now going into this particular game, Enzo Maresca set up the team in our usual 4-2-3-1 formation. In goal was Robert Sanchez, who arguably has been doing very, very well so far this season. The full-backs were Malo Gusto and Marco Corella. The centre-back pairing was Trev Chalobah and Wesley Fofana. The best pairing we have had so far, or we are having so far in the team, the midfield pivot was Rhys James and Enzo Fernandez in the number 8 role, and the 3 attacking midfield trio. The left wing was Alejandro Garnacho. The number 10 role was Cole Palmer. The right wing was Pedro Neto, and up front was Joao Pedro. Wonderful selection. Good to see. Even in my match preview, I got 10 out of 11 with what Enzo Maresca actually brought up as his team selection. In my preview, I preferred Pedro Neto to be in the left side and Estavo William to take the nod to start in the right. That was just the only missing link I have in my preview. So going into the game, Everton coming in a very good run of form. They have been fantastic in their last 5 games. I said it in my preview. If you didn't watch that, check my previous video. Much appreciated. Thank you for watching. Everton came into the game confidently, knowing fully well that they have been in a good run of form. Their last game, coming into this game, they defeated Nottingham Forest by 3-0. But coming to Stanford Bridge, David Moyes set up his team with Chelsea former boy, talking about Kevin Dewsbury-Hall, who actually got the nod to start for Everton in the midfield. But unfortunately, early in the game, 18 minutes precisely, Kevin Dewsbury-Hall sustained an hamstring injury and was substituted off the game with Carlos Alvarez coming in as a substitute. The game went on, and in the 21st minute, Malo Gusto, with an absolute true pass, exquisite, set up Cole Palmer, and Cole Palmer confidently, calmly slots the ball into the net. Chelsea took the lead 1-0. The game went on, and Chelsea were in total control of the game. But then, not to take anything away from Everton, it was an end-to-end football. A couple of minutes later, after Chelsea have actually got the lead, Everton goalkeeper, talking about Pickford, gave the ball away to Alejandro Garnacho, and Alejandro Garnacho rounded the defender, rounded the goalkeeper, and still played the ball wide. That was a chance well missed. That was a chance well missed in that particular game. Alejandro Garnacho blew away that chance. Chelsea continued to press on, building on the confidence of the lead we had from the goal scored by Cole Palmer. And late in the first half, in the 45th minute, Pedro Neto, with his pace and energy, passed through the Everton defense lines with a beautiful cross. And Malo Gusto was just in the right place to actually tap that in. Chelsea went up 2-0. The first half ended Chelsea 2, Everton 0. Coming into the second half of the game. Now, Chelsea just have work in their hands to do, because the game is definitely going to be tough this time around in the second half. So coming into the second half of the game, Chelsea have just one thing to do: get the needed third goal in order to seal the game. Because whatever makes Everton to come into the game, getting a goal to come back into the game, will be under intense pressure. We will be under intense pressure. So the game went on. Early into the second half, Enzo Maresca made 2 changes. Brought off Cole Palmer and brought on Andre Santos. And also minutes later, Alejandro Garnacho was off and Jimmy Gittins came on. So the tactics of the game actually changed as the 2 midfield pivots became Rhys James and Andre Santos, and Enzo Fernandez was now playing the number 10 role. It was good to see because the Enzo Fernandez we saw in the game against Everton was a different Enzo Fernandez we saw in the game against Atlanta. So Enzo Fernandez was just everywhere in the game, trying to make sure, trying to carry the team in that creative role and make sure Chelsea are actually biting, keeping the Everton defense line at bay. And that was what actually went on. The game went on in that manner. In the second half of that game, both teams had chances end to end, but then was unable to wasn't able to see the back of the net in the second half of that particular game. Chelsea went on to defeat Everton at Stanford Bridge by 2-0. I mean, a couple of players just have to be praised. Reece James, the team captain. What we saw in Reece James, the mentality Reece James is carrying, the fitness level Reece James actually at currently for the team, it's at a different level. It's just at a different level. Reece James, is beginning to enjoy his new role as a midfielder than as a right back. It was definitely good to see. Chelsea was just, Chelsea victory tonight wasn't flawless, but then the team, the compactness, the cohesiveness, the togetherness of the team was just something to praise, as Reece James actually controlled the team pretty well as the team captain. The centre-back pairing of Trev Chalobah and Wesley Fofana was a class. It was a class. But the pairing so far has been a joy and a delight that Chelsea currently is relying on match in, match out. And that is just what we want to be seeing. Consistency in football is key. Not seeing these two pairing today in the next match, Enzo Maresca will want to change it. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. Before this particular game, a weird report I saw, it was definitely uncalled for. Chelsea have actually made 46 changes in team selection only this season in 15 games. That was wrong. It's actually uncalled for. That report was weird. 46 changes. That's uncalled for. So, Chelsea, centre-back pairing of Trev and West has just been something good that is beginning to happen to our club. Malo Gusto, no doubt, arguably the man of the match, had a wonderful performance, created the assist, brought the assist that gave Kopama the goal and went on to score the winning goal that makes it 2-0. So Malo Gusto will put up a man of the match performance to actually seal the victory for Chelsea. It was definitely good to see because at some point, when Chelsea evolve, the role at which you see Malo Gusto play begins to amaze you. And that is just the football. That is the tactics we know Enzo Maresca for. Not what he did against Atlanta, bringing on Malo Gusto to play at the number 10 role. That was anti-football. But yesterday, when you play players in their rightful position, Malo Gusto as a right back is just something we know for. And we saw Malo Gusto did that very well. Getting a goal last night and an assist from a right back is something that is not new to Chelsea because this is what Reece James, playing as right back, does, if not every week. It was beautiful to see. Pedro Neto had a good game with his pace and energy, created the chances for the second goal for Chelsea. It was beautiful. All the players, Marc Cucurella, class defender, anytime, any day, Marc Cucurella ever present in matches. Robert Sanchez had a decent game, made 2 good saves to deny Everton. And not to take anything from that game, we saw the pressure Everton was beginning to mount late in the game. And they end up eating the woodwork before the clearance from Malo Gusto. It was absolutely amazing. Good teamwork Chelsea had against Everton last night. Going into the game, it was something to be worried about because of the form of Everton. But Chelsea end up taking Everton to the cleaners, defeating Everton by 2-0, 3 points, and a clean sheet. It was just wonderful to see. Chelsea actually got a win in December. This is our identity. This is what we represent. And I think Enzo Maresca generally, from his selection to his substitute, to me, he was spot on. And that is just what we want to see. When you want to make your changes, when you read the game tactically, you know what to do. Bringing off Kopama for Andre Santos, it was definitely good because in my opinion, that substitution was spot on. Enzo Fernandez moved to the number 10 role. Andre Santos became the midfield pivot with partnering Reece James in the midfield. And it was quite understandable because before the game, we saw the report. We saw the news that came out that Kopama is having a mixed feeling, still feeling pain in his groin. But then, the few minutes Kopama spent in the field actually shows how much we have been missing Kopama as a player. We have actually missed him. And that goes to justify what Thierry Henry said after Chelsea were defeated by Atlanta, that all Chelsea attack lines are below the level of Cole Palmer. And even Enzo Maresca went on to retrace that in his press conference when he was asked about Cole Palmer. He said if Cole Palmer had good players around him, then the team would be good. I'm not saying we don't have a good squad. We have good squad. I mean, we have talent in the team. And if those players are actually in their game, if those players are actually in their A games, believe me, everybody will shine. That was just what we saw yesterday. Joao Pedro might not have gotten the back of the net, but every challenges he actually went on because the Everton defense line was actually on him. He actually wins his ball and also ensured that the attack line was actually giving Everton defense the trouble which they actually desired. And that was just, I mean, it was really, really amazing. So Chelsea got a win in December, defeating informed Everton by 2-0 to move up to 4th position. Chelsea defeats Everton 2-0, 3 points at Stanford Bridge. It was definitely good to see. Who was your star performer in that particular encounter? Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and catch you in my next video.